Hey, everybody, it's a beautiful, what is today? Today's Friday? Friday evening, and lo and behold, we have power here. Just 1 second, guys. Hello, can I call you back? I'm on a live broadcast. Oh, who's speaking? Who? All right, okay, all righty, sure. I'll call you back. Cheers. Guys, do me a favor. I need to save that number because, you know, sometimes you forget. What was that? Just 1 second. Just give me a second, guys. Tell me in the comments below if you can hear me loud and clear in the broadcast. We're looking from Intercity Bus Station. Tell me if this broadcast is loud and clear. And also, please tell me where you're watching me from. Good evening, Ambassador Mwewa Television. Loud and clear, I'm glad. That's what I want to hear. Those are the two words I love to hear. Loud and clear. Good evening. Watching you and loud and clear from Nottingham. Thank you, Nottingham. Hello. Good evening, Mr. Mayor. Watching you from Botswana, Francistown. We love Botswana. We love Francistown. And you are just a minute late. One of these days, I'm going to be right on time. One of these days. Guys, I have a few things I have to share with you, and I think that it's the most apropos thing and the most responsible thing to do, only because, you know, being a social media personality, that's what they call it, it's a two-edged, jagged sword. Jagged-edged sword. It really is, honestly. You know, some of you guys think that it's easy being this thing called a social media. Guys, I keep telling you, you have no idea what it's like being me out here for you. It is an up and dawn, pride swallowing siege that I will never fully tell you about. Okay? So just know that. And that's a line from the film Jerry Maguire. That's a Tom Cruise line. I've always loved that line, and I use it. It's my go-to line to justify why I do what I do for you guys, okay? So do me a favor, please, for those of you that are watching, please share this live. Share it with your friends, family. Share it with people that you think are sort of on the same page, people that you think would be interested in this type of conversation. Okay, please do that in the comments, and or share that with me in the comments. I need to look at what we're discussing. The first thing I'd like to talk to you about, and there's been a lot of hoopla made about this issue, and this is JJ Banda. Now, let me be clear. I know I've said this many times over the course of the year. From the moment that Banda was missing, I believe, I've always maintained that JJ Banda knew that the noose of the law was tightening around his neck, and he didn't know what to do. He contemplated suicide. And then he changed his mind. He felt, you know what, I don't want to go that way. So what he did was that he disappeared. And in those few days, and I think it was 2 days, we sort of felt his absence, but that absence was augmented. It was made bigger. It was made larger when Edgar Lungu, along with Munir Zulu and Edith Nawakwi, went to the Ibex Hill station demanding that the police release JJ Banda, when in fact Banda was nowhere near the precinct. Banda was nowhere near police custody. The police made it very clear, abundantly clear, that the person you seek is not here. But because Balungu decided to add the toxic nectar of politics, albeit opposition politics, Balungu's own warped version of opposition, deranged, demented politics, they began talking about how the states abducted him and this is a tribal war and all of this stuff. And I keep saying, guys, if you haven't heard anything I've said, please hear this one thing. I was sitting around, we were having dinner last night and with some colleagues, and somebody in the group said, but why is Banda so important? I want you to hear this. JJ Banda is not important. He's not. What has made him important is the propaganda, the political propaganda that has been spun by Edgar Lungu and company. Now, Banda has turned into this figure that Lungu is using at his fingertips, and he's using JJ Banda for his own political gain. That's all it is. Don't think for a moment that JJ Banda has any type of intrinsic value. Don't think that JJ Banda has some type of unique political ability that makes him so valuable. It's got nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the fact that Balungu has decided to use JJ Banda as a token, as a means to an end. That's all it is. So in light of that, you must understand that every step of the way, from the very beginning, from the inception of this JJ Banda case, from the day that he went missing to today, Balungu and group, UKA, Tonse, PF, the three factions of the PF, all of them have at each stage desired to make a big hoopla out of nothing. Each step of the way, they've said, no, that's not what's happened, this is what's happened. And you must understand that we're dealing now with a new phenomenon here in Zambia, and that is internet, Facebook propaganda. It is very easy to mislead the public. It's very, very easy. And I want to share with you one or two points that will help you in fighting internet propaganda. The very first thing that you and I have to do, and all of us have to be aware of this. The first thing is that you have to engage in critical thinking and fact checking. Always question the source of information. There's a saying in journalism, consider the source. The source of what you're reading is very important. For example, if a known liar, someone in your family who constantly lies, who constantly is in trouble, who constantly causes you grief, and that person comes to you and says, tomorrow I'm going to bring you a loaf of bread. The very first thing you're going to do is question the legitimacy of that statement. Why? Because the source is questionable. The source is not reliable. Why? Because Wabufi, he's demonstrated to you many, many, many times that he's unreliable, he's misleading. So when he comes to you and says, tomorrow I'm going to bring you a loaf of bread, take that statement with a pinch of salt. Question the source. Never, a normal thinking person is not going to say, oh great, I'll expect that bread. Why? Because the person you're talking to has in the past demonstrated to you that he is unreliable. He is not credible. So in the same vein, by the same token, when it comes to consuming news on the internet, consider the source. Which source are you relying on for your information? And let me tell you, when it comes to things pertaining to the state, national security, don't go with these bogus online personalities. Don't go with these chaps who just have a Facebook page and they can spew. They can sit in front of a camera from 6 to 6. But they are just feeding you with misinformation, fake news. Oh, chapu amalaiti ya mwewa nto. Edo tuwali fita kale, edo tuwike ponombo kufita. My goodness. Yeah. Mwele somewhere. Yeah. Now, Imwe, we have to continue this tomorrow. I'm right now. Edo, I can't be talking to you in the dark. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to cut this live. I'm going to have to continue it tomorrow. Because you can't see me, you know. I can see your eyes. You're being funny, huh? All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. We're going to have to do this tomorrow. All right. Bye.